it's not that crazy. Not that, I mean, it is. Stir crazy is going to happen to many of us, but honestly, for me, I've been keep myself more or less busy doing a few creative things here and there. We are in a very interesting mist, and I wanted to get back into doing the videos. You know, I stepped away from doing it for a while, and you know, not too long while. I just felt like. By the way, if I'm looking really bright back and forth, I'm only using the window light. And originally, when I first started setting this up, it was actually very nice. And the sun keeps going in and out, so I actually exposed my camera to when the clouds are out covering the sun, so it's a bit of a cloudy day. But anyways, yeah. So I mean, what do we do? What do we do to keep ourselves busy? And we're creative, so we have to obviously keep making creative things to keep ourselves busy. I've been doing little things, playing the guitar, playing my instruments, and what I got myself into actually is a little bit back into photography. I decided I'm going to pull my camera out and take some photos along the way. Let's back up. 14 days of quarantine. That's right. That's the title that I'm going with this video, because I wanted to do a little bit of a recap. It's been 14 days. Today is our day 14. 2 weeks ago, we had gone down to visit some, for a little bit of work, and also at the same time tag along a little bit of family from visiting back in Texas before we came back up to Canada here in Toronto. And we decided to do that, a little bit bounce back, and then the COVID-19 coronavirus, whatever you want to call it, kind of blew out of proportion, right? The mass hysteria, pandemics everywhere, everybody going nuts, people attacking all of the grocery stores, us getting worried we weren't going to be able to fly back. And so it decided to come to the point like, forget it, we'll chill, we'll cut our trip a little short, we'll pay for a little bit sooner flight. And we headed back 2 weeks ago on a Sunday, as it is today. And so here we are, 14 days. So what did I do for 14 days? Well, again, I went back to doing my photography. So the photography thing for me was a really good creative outlet. I decided I wanted to pull out my camera, and I wanted to take still photography of products, of daily use products, to kind of show a little story of my life going along the quarantine time of 14 days, as requested by many governments to do 14 days of anybody who traveled outside their country. And now that I'm living here in Canada, this is the country that I now reside, and my 14 days started when we finally got home. So I took a lot of photos. I'm going to show some photos here. I took some photos of like puzzles, and we found things of puzzles to do, and we have other games that we do at home. And I took the photos and basically said I'm going to edit them and make them very stylistic and stamp them on my Instagram, stamp them on Facebook, you know, as a different way of saying I'm okay. It stinks for a lot of people who are in the industry, especially the media industry, because all of us had to basically stop production. I think the only people in our industry that are still doing things are mainly the guys in the news industry, news section of our industry. You know, people who are obviously capturing the different governments talking, the different primes, different presidents, world leaders, and talking about what's going on. And obviously video is a very strong piece of that world to be able to give back to the community and show them what's going on. I mean, that's been the thing for ages, right? And so anyway, so for myself, I decided I wanted to do this little fun little go and stir crazy video and get myself back into it. I decided to record it in a little bit of slow-mo, put some epic music behind it, and I lit it, you know, it was actually at night when I lit that, and I lit, no, actually it was, sorry, midday, and close to dusk. There's a little bit of sun obviously in the background, and I wanted to had a spotlight behind, way back there, and I was trying my best to hide it on a C-stand, my little aperture spotlight. I had a Godox light actually as my key light. It's a very noisy light, but it more or less matches the lighting of the aperture lights. I have two aperture lights, but I didn't want to pull both of them out. I was like, well, you know, I'm gonna try and minimize a little bit. Of course, the spotlight's not really a minimal piece of gear. And for the Godox, I actually did, I'll probably draw a diagram for anyone who wants to see this. But I used my FS5 as the recording option, shot it at 240 frames per second to really kind of put myself into this crazy thing. And I did the side shot, guys, that I jumped in and just did those a little fast, considering I did it in slow-mo. I motioned my main piece in the center here slower, and I had the outer pieces, I acted those out a little bit faster, obviously, so that when all of it comes together, creativity is what we're based to do. And I just, again, wanted to get back on here and do that on my YouTube page, and I haven't done a lot. And I think I'm gonna go back to pulling these videos back out, starting to do small things, keep myself creative. I have no gigs currently. A lot of them either got canceled or pushed, which is unfortunate, but it is part of the safety aspect of this whole issue. But it's 14 days is now over. What can I do? Can I go outside? I don't know. You know, there's so many different people, both within our circle of family and friends and outside, watching the news, watching the media, and hearing different world leaders talk about, sure, you can do this, sure, you can do that, no, you shouldn't do this, no, you shouldn't do that. It's a little confusing, from my perspective anyways. I mean, if you have an understanding of it, great. If where you're at in the world, it's fairly contained, which I think around the whole world, it's kind of a little all over the place. Some places you have no idea, no way of getting out, and some places they give you some leeway to step outside if you want to. It's crazy, but so look forward to more videos. I'm going to keep just having a little bit more creative stuff posted on my YouTube, and I hope you guys are staying safe out there. Thank you for watching.